Yep.
I see a member of a team, Alex, still looking good with his beard.
Is it
What? Totally different guy.
Yeah.
Is-
Maria, hello Maria, how are you? Oh, Deborah is with us today. Hi, Deborah.
Hey, Deborah.
Deborah is in London. Who I see a lot of people showed up today. Rory, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's a little overcast, but we I think we got a very cracker of a discussion today, and I'm very excited to take this forward with everybody and to get the feedback from everybody. We're now starting to get those momentums. People are starting to understand the app. We're getting a lot of questions, conversations, and I'm really looking forward to how next month is going to, when people start seeing the rewards and all the benefits and everything coming through. Exciting times ahead. So I'm good. Thank you.
Great, great. So I think we are ready. We are more than 70 already. So
Yeah, let's keep the
yeah,
time straight. I think what we got to discuss is very important. I just request that maybe we turn off the chat for now. Let people just comment from where they are. I think that'll be great. And then let's hold questions afterwards. What we're going to discuss is quite important. And hopefully, if I can get this all correct, I'll be able to present it correctly. So I'm going to give it a bash this time, Gonzalo. And I hope that this time it doesn't give us a trouble. So if you can let me know, and if that is working, are we seeing
So far, so good.
so far so good? So if I go here to the slideshow and I say start slideshow, hopefully we're there.
There we are.
Ah, fantastic. Okay. So from my side, I just want to thank everybody that has been contacting me directly. For those people that are part of the focus groups, really exciting times ahead. And those that can't make it, we have a lot of South Africans that are unfortunately still working at this time. But, one of the questions we're going to be sending out is when is the best time for everybody to get around the table? And that's why we also got the focus group. So looking forward to be getting the feedback from everybody on that side. So to jump straight into it, a very quick overview is there's really two key platforms that we got for those that are here. We've got the Step Club platform, and we put their big and large last time under review, community feedback, and that's what we want to discuss today. And then we've got the app itself. So there's two different units, so to speak, that make a whole. You've got the website, which is the Step Club, and that is where, call it your business section or all your activities, your support tickets, everything is controlled there. And then you got the step chain. Now, essentially, the step chain is the counter or the what produces the health records for the Step Club. So this is in the same way that you have fitness apps. This is a fitness app, and not only is it a fitness app that provides the steps, etc. We enhancing it. We've gone through a beta stage. You also got mind games in the Step Chain app as well. So it's not just about physical fitness, it's also about mental fitness as well. And as you know, we've launched the new game called Tetris, and people are starting to get grips with that. We were going to have a workshop last night. I had a little emergency, so hopefully we're going to have that workshop maybe later tonight. So I'll send out for those in the focus group that have joined the Step Club, I'll send out a little notice, and if everybody's keen, we'll jump on board and start those workshops coming through for everybody. So Step Club, a reminder, there's the website. Just notice there's a little support button over there if you've got any questions. If you are struggling to onboard or your app's not working or there's a payment issue or anything that you want to ask, go to support, raise a ticket, and we'll get back to you. Then you see the app itself, which we've, those that have now starting to experience it and play with it, that's where you redeem points and get lots of benefits. We've had somebody that's already redeemed iPhone. I myself have redeemed a set of headphones. And this is, the concept around this is to motivate you to start moving again. You earn from the very first step. This is a membership-based program where it's like going to the gym, like you would pay for the gym, or part of a walking club or a walk for life. You have a membership, and out of that membership, the rewards come back to you for reaching the goals or targets. And what we're trying to do is build a community of like-minded people that take knowledge in the sense that they need to get moving again. Like for me, I can sit behind the computer all day. If I look at how many steps I've taken today, probably just under 1,000. So I have a look and have a quick look and say, you know what, I need to go out for a walk. And that's what we're trying to do. We have a crisis in the world from a health point of view, diabetes, obesity, etc. We need to take better acknowledgement of our own health. So what do we see? We see a membership club fitting into our daily lives. I don't know about you. I was saying last time, to try and get to gym, I don't know if you're a parent or it's with traffic, it's a nightmare to get to gym. We have those people that are very disciplined that can fit it into their lives, but then we have people that are pretty busy, and to try and fit everything into their life, it's just not that easy to get to gym as often, because you might gym for 40 minutes, but it's actually a 2 or 3 hour exercise, getting there, changing, showering, etc. So the whole concept of what we're trying to do is, for a pittance or for a very small fee, is that we have a membership where we are accountable for ourselves and we are accountable for our friends and partners and family, where we can all be healthier together. This is about taking motivation and taking action, because if we don't take action, our health is going to keep depleting. And this is not a place where you can just lose money. This isn't a place where you put, 5,000 and you make two, so-called crazy amounts of money in short term. No. This is not one of those. This is a place where you can stop at any time, but you get rewarded by sharing this opportunity with other people, and you get rewarded by doing the activities yourself. We try to create a like-minded community of people, friends that work and motivate, and we learn from each other. I learned, hopefully we'll be chatting, myself and Alex, we're looking at specific days where we can actually have almost like a chat show where people can tell us about their how they've overcome their health things, or how they improve, what tasks they got. We also have a lot of people here that are nutritionists. We got people that are gym trainers, and we see a future where we have a trusted community where I can use my Step Club points or my SSE coins to ask a gym person to be able to write a program for me, or if I want to be able to join a yoga class. So we see a vision of how our energy and our steps translate into a community. Now, we had a community. If you haven't joined the Step Club WhatsApp community, we will drop an email again, and please make sure that you are part of that, or ask anybody on the group. Maybe I'll drop the link onto the group once we're getting chatting. Please make sure you're part of that. So what people are starting to see is, when they're starting to walk, you've got this thing called multipliers. Now, what a multiplier is basically that you do your steps and you can multiply your steps, meaning that you can earn more than the actual steps that you're doing. So if you're looking on your app, you'll see that says an activity and it gives you insights. And on that insights, it tells you you've got maybe 3 more days to achieve a certain goals. So in very high level, we'll cover this more in the workshop. It's been called the Dolphin Multiplier. So at 1.5 times, so let's say you had 30,000 points that you've achieved for the month, and you reached 18 goals of steps and mind games. You don't have to do them all on the same day, but it's ideally you achieve 18 times you've walked 10,000 steps, and 18 times you've completed a mind game. That will then qualify you, provided you've shared this opportunity to one person that is active, to get another 50% bonus on your steps. So by sharing and caring, you're going to get rewarded more. The Eagle multiplier target, 2.5 times. This is where you have achieved a minimum of 23 goals of 10,000 steps and the same equivalent of mind games. Now, that doesn't mean it has to be for everybody. These are just for the people that want to be focused on this. Remember, you earn points from step number 1. So if you do 500 steps, you're still going to get your points for 500 steps. But these are goals for the people that want to motivate and push themselves. Now, we're not asking you to run a marathon. We're asking you to look in your day, and if you break it up and you do half an hour walking here, half an hour walking there, you're going to get up to close to the 10,000 steps there. And that's what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to achieve that you take conscience of how many steps you take. Now, people say, oh, yes, but my phone counts steps. Well, then I ask the question, have you been doing 10,000 steps a day? We have all these gadgets and things that are around us, but we never take responsibility for it. We never take accountability for it. And this is an accountability app with accountability partners in mind, where we share and grow together. And with that, if you've achieved the Eagle multiplier target, meaning that you got 3 persons that are active and members underneath you, I'm saying that I would love you to be an accountability partner with me, where I get people, because I'm having a promotion in the sense that all the money that I make from YouTube and promotions that I have out there, I'm going to be handing out vouchers and clients, but I don't want to be the person that they fall directly underneath me. I want that to be able to go. Sure. How do I go back here? This is, excuse me. Anyway, basically, if you have a, why is this doing this? This is interesting. If you have a situation where you have 3 people or more, then you would be able to become an accountability partner, where if somebody that's got a voucher, they would be able to join, and I would send them to you and say, look, here's Tommy, he would like to be part of a group. Would you mind taking him under your wing and making sure that you can help them? And then Eagle is when you got 5 people or more, and that's when you get 5 times your rewards. But we'll cover that in the next presentation in a workshop. So what I really want to talk about today is the affiliate. What is this whole thing about? And people get very confused between affiliate marketing and referral marketing and MLM marketing. But big brands are using networking to grow their brands. If you know Amazon and Associates, Shopify, Bluehost, Dropbox, Uber, PayPal, Binance, all of them have used referral marketing and affiliate marketing. And when you get a thing called MLM marketing, that is essentially where you're selling products directly and recruiting others to sell. What we're seeing is more of a community of where our community shares and grows together. And that's where you benefit and your partners benefit together, your friends or your partners benefit. That's where we see things working a little bit differently. Now, currently, we have a structure that you can go and have a look at, but we're reviewing all of this, and this is why the focus groups are so important. The current structure is more of an MLM multi-structure with spillovers and matrix and compressions and 10 levels deep. We want to simplify this, or this is what we're proposing. So when you see this, I think a lot of people feel they want to run away and say, oh my gosh, this is a MLM scam or all that. MLMs are not scams if done correctly. You need a product and a service. However, we want to simplify this and make sure the benefit comes directly to you. So what you currently get right now is a 33% for a direct sale. And then based on what levels you are, etc., you would then earn 3% on your level 1s, and then 3%. And then if you got more than 3 business builders, you now get this and that. And for me, it's just, I think we're not those kind of community. I've proposed something with Felipe and the team, and they're saying, great, that looks fantastic. Let the community tell us. So if we take this and we throw that away, what if we had a different structure? As Felipe has pointed out very clearly, 45% of the budget is set aside to achieve whatever we need to achieve. The balance accommodates itself for the marketplace, for running the business and bits and pieces. So there's essentially a 45% of the pie. So what we've been discussing and proposing, and I know it's a little bit early because everybody's still learning about it, but we wanted to have these discussions early because we feel we need this discussion to make sure that everybody has a very clear understanding, and we want everybody's feedback. So we're going to discuss this on multiple opportunities. So what would we be proposing, instead of a 33% direct, and then you got 100 levels deep and all those other things, what about we simplify the process and we say, look, if you've shared something, just like you shared Dropbox, or just like you shared Uber or Starbucks or something else, you get a 25% thank you. You get a 25% direct referral to say thank you for marketing our product and bringing people to get healthier. Fantastic. Now, let's say I refer Chris, and Chris is my direct. I would effectively, for the time Chris is active, I would get 25% of Chris's earnings. So effectively, if his membership is $30, I would then receive $30 of that on an ongoing basis until Chris decides no longer to be part of the membership gym or no longer be part of the membership. Now, Chris decides to bring a friend along and he refers a friend and he walks. So Chris now has one person underneath him. We only see two levels here. We don't want, if we go back and have a look at that other matrix, it's very confusing. I don't know, I think it runs people away. But let's say Chris shared this with his partner or a friend at work. Now, I would earn 25% of Chris, but 3% of John that Chris has referred. But Chris decides that he's going to refer John and Tommy. Now, I would earn 6% on Tommy and on John. So if Chris has two people underneath him, I would earn 6% on both of them. If he had 3 people, 9%, 4 people, 12%, and 15% on all 5 people or more. So that means that if Chris has got 5 people, I'm earning 15% on each one of those persons. So if you take 5 times 15, that means I'm getting 75% of whatever that commission is, plus, of course, the 25% referral, where beforehand, I was only getting 3%, 3%, and then maybe 2 and multiple levels. We simplify it. Now, why is this, in my view, or recommendation better? Because a lot of people share things and then they don't help people. You are getting rewarded or paid to look after those people. You're an accountability partner. So what that means is Chris and Chris's direct people, I feel I've got to be available to those people to make sure that they get serviced properly. And it's in Chris's best interest to look after those people as well and help them. It's all about how do we help each other? How do we grow each other? And how? Have you ever joined something and somebody shares something with you and then you never hear from them again? I don't believe that's the way we need an accountability. So if Chris's John has a problem, Chris says, look, Rory, I need help. I'm going to jump in because why? I'm being paid to be an accountability partner. I'm being paid to service that person. So instead of creating massive call center infrastructures, massive support team structures, those resources, that money that normally goes into a business to do that is being paid to us to do that job. And I would rather me help John and help Paul or whoever Chris decides to bring on board. My responsibility is to Chris and Chris's direct people. And that's it. That's where I should be focusing my energies. But it's in Chris's best interest to also help them grow, because if I help Chris grow and have 5 people with Chris, I'm getting 15%. So that's why for me, I want to help people grow and become accountability partners, because I would get rewarded better, but then my time is worth something. And just like your time is worth something, we have a goal here for people to be healthy, but time is also of value. Your time is valuable. My time is valuable. Everybody's time is valuable. So we want to fairly remunerate you for the time and effort that you're putting in to assist somebody. Because what we find is if people are not earning fairly on that, they're not going to pay attention. So what we've seen in the previous structure, somebody that has a problem somewhere down the line, those people that are not really taking accountability are reticent to help that person. And it makes sense because they're not benefiting anything. For here, we have a relationship where 40% of the income is coming directly to the people that are making the effort to help those people. And then what we see as the 5% is to pay that 5% in the utility token. So we've been talking about the utility token for some time. Now, the utility token is effectively means for the steps that you take. We see the market points or the points in the marketplace, the step points becoming the tokens, and then bonuses being paid in the tokens. And now with these tokens are as good as cash effectively in the marketplace, where you can sell the tokens, but you can also stake the tokens and you can do things with them. That's a whole different discussion. So hopefully I've explained this proposal. We want to just get your feedback on what everybody's thoughts are around this, and then start the discussion from that point of view. Before we open up the floor, people have asked me, Rory, I need to grow my business. Where do I want to get my parents involved? I want to get a friend involved. You go to your back office and you click on your My Business and you scroll down and you have 2 recruitment links. You have a standard recruitment link that allows people to pay with debit, credit card, crypto, etc. Then you have a voucher registration link, but you need to have the voucher. So if you were part of the gift process, you would have received a voucher to the value of $79.95. That is real cash. That was paid for, and real money paid and real value for that voucher that was paid. So if you want to order vouchers, you can do that yourself. You can turn your steps into vouchers. So in other words, the weekly, daily effort that you do, if you look in Marketplace, you can physically buy vouchers there, or you can buy vouchers from leaders like myself, where you can send crypto, etc., or you can buy from head office. So we have almost a retail program where leaders can hold vouchers and they get a 5% discount for holding vouchers. So if you want to be able to do that, you can accumulate a little bit of a profit margin there and eventually get a pool of money that's working for itself, helping people around you. Again, you don't have to wait. It's fully active. You're seeing, you're earning, you're recruiting those people that have shared and have become accountability partners. We have 10 people that have already been appointed accountability partners, and that's with me. And what's the benefit of becoming an accountability partner? The benefit of becoming an accountability partner is you receive, you'll have admin access. You'll be able to directly link in with head office if you've got issues. You'll have admin access on the links, and I put that out there with regards to what that means if you go to the focus groups. And of course, where I have people that I'm giving away vouchers to, a good portion of those vouchers, I want to give that to accountability partners so that we can spread the love and make sure that those people are serviced the best. I cannot serve hundreds and hundreds of people directly. It's not going to give the best service possible. If you want to order, you can order directly from the Step Club platform. You need to have a minimum of $300 orders. So that would be 10 times 29 or 5 times 79 or 2 or a combination of that. So you would just go to orders at Step Club, stepplatform.com. You can take a little screenshot of that. Maybe what we can do is drop that email address afterwards into the chat. And effectively, you will be assisted, and then you too will have vouchers where you can assist other people onboarding if you want to do that. We've discussed the token. I'm not going to get into any more details around that. We'll leave that on the workshop. Support, if you're needing issues on support, there's the support. You create submit a ticket, and then have a look. People that are having membership issues, etc., just support a ticket. And we've created a WhatsApp group around that as well to be able to assist you. So hopefully that covers all the points. I just want to go back to this slide. I don't know why it was hanging, and I apologize for that. So just to talk about the power of the multipliers, a dolphin multiplier, you need to have one person that you've shared this opportunity and they're active, and you need to reach 18 goals of both the steps and the mind games. The eagle multiplier target is 2.5 times. So if you did 30,000 steps, for example, you're going to get roughly 75,000 steps. But to achieve that, you must have 3 persons referred, and you must have 23 goals achieved for that month and have done 23 mind games. To reach the eagle status, then you can contact me and say, listen, Rory, I really like this business. I really like this opportunity. I like the idea of helping people and getting healthy. If you have any extra people that you want to share, I'd happily be an accountability partner. And every now and then on the groups, because you've got admin access, you can help people on the groups and that. So we can share and grow and learn better together. If we have people that are trained, think of it of people that are trained experts in this field, they can pop in every now and again and help on the group be able to support. And why am I happy to do that? Because they're giving back. So I'm happy to give if other people are giving back. And maybe in the future, you received a gift, maybe you paid forward to somebody else. If you like what you see, if you don't, then that's also fine, because we just want to get your honest feedback on where we can take it. And the line multiplier before it moved is 150,000. That's what you can get. If you had shared this opportunity with 5 people or more, you can earn up to 150,000 odd step points. And this, I think, is a great way. So not only is your activity turning into a currency for you, you're growing a business. Now, there's a lot of people that are very active. Why not turn that activity into something for yourself? So I think that's a great opportunity. So I'm sorry about what happened there earlier. I don't know why it jammed. Hopefully I can stop sharing and find the slide and open it up to the floor. So Philippe, sorry about that, everybody. I don't know why the MacBook and Google sometimes doesn't like each other. I couldn't go back, Gonzalo. I don't know what the secret is to go back. I turned the left arrow, I did the up arrow, I did the down arrow, and it didn't want to do anything. It only allowed me to click on the mouse pad. So I apologize for that. Yeah.
Believe it or not, I think it's the backspace.
Oh, the backspace. I don't know. Okay. So in other words,
Yeah.
okay. Well, okay. I'm learning. I'm learning. So
Okay, I've opened up the chat group now, so I had closed it, but now it's open for any questions.
let's put up the hands. So I think the big thing is,
Oh, as well.
yeah, I'm gonna maybe share that slide of the proposed. Does everybody understand what I'm talking about when it comes to the commission? Do you want me to go through that again? Is there anybody that maybe just put a chat there? Do you want me to run through that, what the current system is right now and what we're proposing? Just put some words in the chat. Can we get feedback on that? Maybe it was a little bit disjointed. I'm not sure.
No. It's just it was perfect. But again, if you want to show again this page, because it's very important. This is one of the most important slides. So maybe you can put it again on the screen.
Okay, yeah, and I think what people need to realize there's different ways to earn. So the first is by your walking and your stepping. So that's what we've got over here, which is you don't have to reshare. You can just earn by walking, right, from your very first step. And if you shared with one person, you get a 1 times 5 multiplier, provided you've achieved 18 goals or more.
Yeah,
Then
I think.
Yeah, do you want to discuss this slide maybe? Because this is the step chain aspect specifically. And then,
I think.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry. The thing I think is important is that this step club and step chain is a different way to enjoy this. We have in the community some members who only enjoy the app. It's a motivation app. It's not the best app in the market. This is not for athletes. This is not for, marathon runners, as you said. It's for everyday people like you, Rory. I know you use it because I see your stats and you're very impressive. I use it today, every day. Gonzalo uses it, all the team. And so we use it because we enjoy it and we want to be motivated. We want to have something that reminds us that every day that we need to exercise, not only physically, but also mentally. That's why we have this brain game inside it. This is one way to enjoy it. Some people don't use it. Believe or not, we have some members who are just focusing on growing the network, building a downline, make a revenue, being financially independent. If this is their goal. And basically, Step Club is a business in the box where they can enjoy what we develop for them, which is having an opportunity to make some money, a regular income, just referring people, just to, how you say, being taking care of the others, and they are just focusing on building their own community. But if you want to take the full advantage of the both side, this is exactly what is behind the power of multipliers. This is exactly that. If you want to enjoy the app, use the app for yourself, but also bring people and spread the news. This is how you're gonna make the most of it. And this is how Rory. I think this is very important to take this slide like that. This is where you take the full extent of the app and of the project.
Absolutely. And I look at it myself. I don't know if anybody's tried to start a business here. The capital to start a business, even a passive business, is very expensive. We've seen how the market has targeted going back in time. That's how, if we have a look at those, Amazon was built, Google was built, Facebook was built, Binance was built. All of it comes through the power of the network. We are the consumers at the end of the day. And what businesses have realized, and I've run quite a lot of businesses and headed up marketing and sales support divisions and involved in banks and that. It's a very costly exercise with no guaranteed return if you're marketing out there. We've seen a massive swing from traditional advertising. Back in the day, you used to have a lot of TV adverts and cinema adverts and all that sort of stuff. Companies are more result driven. They cost and say, right, this is my business. This is how I've run my business. I can afford X amount of money, but then I need the results. And this is essentially, Felipe, what I understand your business has put together to say, right, that's what we budgeted. This is how it works. This is how we put it together. And the way that the system is run as well, it can't be broken. And that's important. The way that we analyze the steps, the way that we work, we want to make sure that this is here for a very long time and encourage those people to move and build a community around that. And, for essentially, you could start with as little as $30 and build a business if you wanted to. You can, if you were going to take this in and say, look, I was going to open up a restaurant or open up a pizzeria. And remember, you earn from your first person that you share it with. You're immediately getting that money back from day one. Where a lot of businesses, you might invest for 2 years before you even see a return on your income. So it's really, if you say it's a business in a box, for me, it really appeals on all levels. It appeals to somebody that just wants to get fit and get motivated and rewarded, and you don't have to be a super athlete. And then it goes to those people that that are entrepreneurs or saying, look, I want to build the business, just like people build, Uber. People, you can use Uber or you can become an Uber driver yourself. This is how businesses are evolving in this context of business. And from a cost point of view, I feel this is a very, very good opportunity for people to be able to maximize out for themselves. Just using the app itself and rewarding is in itself such a benefit. And I think the way that it's constructed and the way that it's thought out, we can only improve on it. But I believe that it has certainly got some major upsides on it. So, yeah, I think the power of the multiplier, as you say, for those people that take advantage of it, what a pleasure. And remember, they're keeping fit because you've got to do 28 days goals of stepping is some good steps. And so you keeping fit, your community is keeping fit, and we see ourselves in this referral marketing. At the moment, it's sitting more in the MLM structure, but we want to change that, and we want to be with the PayPals and the Uber in this. This is what we are proposing, and that's why we're suggesting the feedback and we're opening the discussion. And this is where you have a limited referral level and you get sales incentive for turnover bonus sales, essentially. So that's what the bonus is for. But you don't have the situation where you're sitting with a complicated structure like this and a massive depth that doesn't. You get paid up front for the services that you render. And that services is 25% direct. So if I introduce somebody, how does it work? Hey, John, where do I find this? How do I work the app? Where do I open up a support ticket? All that's happening. Now, because I'm more experienced in it, Chris might say, listen, Rory, I've got a problem here, I've got a problem there. Or he brings people to say, Rory, I want you to explain this to John and to Paul. That's my time. And if I'm going to support Chris and his direct people, we see that you should get rewarded for that because it's your time and effort. In the same way, instead of phoning a call center and saying, I have a problem with my app or I need to understand, those funds have been passed over for the people that want to share the opportunity. So you can just be a user, never refer anybody, no problem. Get all the benefits from that level, or share it and get the benefits on that. And you might have people that are influencers on social media. Why do people have social media? Why are those social media people posting on TikTok and doing all the crazy things? Because it makes them money. They are referring links. So, for example, have you seen in YouTube, the person might talk about the gold, or they might talk about a product or service, and they say, use my link, and they're earning. That's essentially the same thing that what we're doing here. We're sharing it. The only difference is we saying that if that person needs help, you need to just help them. That's all, and get paid for that, and look after that person and grow that person. So what is the general feeling about that? Should we open it up to the floor?
Yeah, before that, just to add something just before the questions. From the corporate side, we give away 45. The math are very simple. From the gross revenue that the company receive, we give back to the community for referrals 45%. 25% is the budget for the rewards, and the 30 are the net revenue of a company where we pay the expenses, the servers, the employees, and all the cost. So why we pay 45? Why we give back 45% for referral? It's very simple. For any app in the market, you have to dedicate almost half of your revenue in advertising. You advertise with no guarantee of results, because it's so much noise on the market that so many apps, you have thousands of apps, and to be known, you have to spend a lot of money to have your app known by the market. So we decided to go on the community marketing side, which is giving away 45%, because it's better to give back this money to you, because basically, if we advertise, we're going to advertise on what? On Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, anyway. So everything that we could do it yourself. It's better for you to receive the money and using your own network to do it. So we prefer to pay the community back 45% instead of paying the social network, because this is how the community grows.
Can we
Rory,
have?
let's take some questions.
Yeah, let's see if anybody's got questions. Raise a hand and let's address the questions. And for those that it's a little bit overwhelming, please don't feel overwhelmed. We are going to have workshops and meetings. We just wanted to get the concept out there for discussion so long. So just to get the mind thinking, that's what we wanted to do. So there's lots of workshops. That's why you're part of a focus group. That's why we said we're going to use 3 months to sort of work with this and verify information. So I see we got Yolanda coming through there. So how do people feel about MLM marketing? So if I show you this, maybe let's just do this on a chat. Maybe people don't want to put up their hands. If I showed you a business that basically says, let me see if I can do this backspace. If they said, hey, I have this great business, and you see that slide, what do you think straight away? Just comment in the sections. Do you think, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, do you think that's a great business? Do you think it's a scam? Do you think it's bad, or, oh no, I wouldn't even get involved in that, versus, hey, here's my link, 1 or 2 levels, you benefit from it. What we're proposing, in other words, moving away from this type of thing, the MLM, and we move towards where Amazon and all the drop boxes, all the registered companies, and what we've noticed as well, even though this may be a legitimate way to do business, we are seeing a lot of negativity in the market towards that business. And we believe that possibly this is the better way to go, where you get referred directly and your directs underneath you, you earn 15% on each. So if you've got 5 people, you're earning 15% on each one of those people. That's a 75% revenue of the total revenue. That is, I think, putting the lion's share of the funds to the people that are doing the work and helping. So that's the comment that we're thinking. And then, of course, from a bonus point of view, what people don't realize just yet, Felipe, is as the tokens get used, yeah, I see pyramid. Yeah, exactly. You see a pyramid scheme. What other comments there? Maybe let's read. How much, Cesare will get back on that one. Too busy, overwhelming, but too much. Looks like a matrix. I think it's MLM. I would run from it. Exactly. That's what we feel, that this looks better. The new one, yeah, we don't want a pyramid. Complex, possible scam. Keep it simple. Looks promising. Okay. So I think we're on the same page here, where we want to simplify everything and say, just join a membership, simplified process, no fancy structures. You help somebody, you get rewarded, and you're getting effectively paid to service them or help them, just like you would get paid in any business. So that's the way we feel that we potentially can move through to. So let's, Kabela, I'm going to ask you to unmute your question, please.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Kabela.
Yes, I'm also very fine. Guys, I've been listening to you. I hope we are doing a great job. You are doing something that is going to turn the world around, the way things are. But the thing is, people don't understand MLM. They normally say it is a scam, is something that is going not to work. But each business actually needs people to advertise it. Some companies, we advertise them not even aware that we are doing an advert. For an example, I get into one store, I won't mention names, and then they give you a plastic. That plastic, you put your stuff into it, but it has written the name of that company. By the way, you are advertising that company, and then in return, even if you share the ideas of that company with people, people will go there, but at the end, you are not going to be paid for it. But the step chain, the step club, by sharing the opportunity with other people, you earn for your efforts. So I think this is very great, and gradually so, is going to change the world. People are going to understand it as and when we share the opportunity with them. This is great, guys, and then I honor it. And then I think in the next 5 years from now, then we will see something good, something that is going to grow, because each company has started somewhere. And I believe you also started somewhere. That is why you are here today. And secondly, you are skilled, guys. You have knowledge. You know what you are doing actually. But now we need to support the vision and mission of you guys. And then by doing so, we will be earning, we will be changing people's life, we will be making people fit mentally and physically. So I support the system, and then 100%.
Thank you, Kabela. I think, and I think, just to touch on that, there's a lot of things that have come out before where people put their money in and they lose their money for whatever reason. This is not one of those programs. This is a program where you put focus on your health and you get rewarded for doing that. And if you share it, you get a bonus. If you want to stop, you can stop straight away. You can't come here and put $1,000 in and expect to get, you know what I'm saying? It's the effort.
Yes.
To share it. That's where you make the money. You, the advertiser, you, the marketer, you the person with your network. But you don't have to do it. You can just get rewarded and do your steps and build your money from being healthy. And I think that's what makes a lot of sense here. A lot of people look for these quick, rich schemes where they can put $1,000 in and you're going to make $20,000 tomorrow, type thing. Those are scams. Those are not things. Here is a whole new way of approaching fitness, building a community of like-minded people where you're not at risk of losing your funds and you can stop at any time and start again at any time. It's like paying a gym membership. I'm paying this month and I can't afford it for the next 2 months. I can stop and then I can join again and carry on. But we have to start making focus on our health. And this is all about how do we stop and start looking after our own health? And we got to start somewhere. People say, oh, it's very expensive. It sounds expensive, but when you do the exercises, you get rewarded for that. We have people that have already got their iPhones. I've got my headsets. Here they are, just from walking. So the rewards in the reward store is to motivate you. And in the previous meeting that we had, how many children are saying, oh, I want a phone, I want a phone, I want a this, I want a that. Well, what if they could be part of the program and instead of sitting and watching TV or not being active and saying, well, if you want to, I'll pay for a membership for you every month. And if you walk, you would be able to achieve enough points to get a phone. Does that make sense? We need to.
It is true, Rory. Rory, with my steps, I managed to obtain about 110,000 SCCs. So it is rewarding because when I calculate that with money, I should have spent so much money to have those coins, but by a mere taking steps, I managed to buy about 110,000 of coins, and that is wealth, as I can explain it.
That's fantastic. And you've worked out you're getting those coins at a significant discount, number one, and you're getting a 10% bonus in the marketplace. So you can turn your steps into the tokens that are, when it launches, is already worth much more than so you're multiplying by putting back into the company and trusting where we're going. And the nice thing about this is when we launch the token, everything, all the steps that we're making, the bigger the business gets or the bigger the community gets, the more valuable the coin becomes. You understand? Because only a certain amount of money for a certain amount of steps for a certain amount of coins. That's how it effectively works as a utility coin. And that will become more valuable and more valuable as time comes along. But thank you, Kabela, for your input. Temzi, I see you've put up your hand.
You need to unmute.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon, Temzi.
Yes, I'm very much happy to be in the system. I believe I'm going to grow. I'm going to be encouraged. I'm so excited. It's just that I am a little bit behind of many things. Things like how do I get the app where I'm going to record whatever is recorded. That's number one. Then number two, there was an offer that was made in the last email that I read. It's still standing. And then number three, can I go faster than the introducing people in the system? Say, for example, I'm not interested, not even interested, I don't have time to go and introduce or invite more people, but I just want to grow in my activity, then I will see people later. Is that acceptable as well? Thank you.
So from an activity point of view, Temzi, we cut it at 10,000 steps per day and from your mind games, but you can do that if it's 31 days in the month. You can maximize, you can do that for 31 days and you will get maximum points for your steps and maximum points for your mind games. For you to access the multipliers, you can buy vouchers or use vouchers or pay it forward. So if you got this gift, for example, Timsy, that maybe you were one of the fortunate ones that got the gift that went out. You can say, listen, I got this for free. I'm actually going to get my friend involved, right? And then you get your friend
Yes.
involved, and then your friend, you say, listen, I gave it to you. Why don't you give it to somebody else? You know what I mean?
Right.
And you pay it forward
Right.
down the line. And before you know it, you started to build a walking community, and other people say, hey, I'd love to walk on
Yes.
Saturday with you.
Of course.
And then
Of
you
course.
start
Yeah.
growing your community, because
Mm.
people don't want to walk alone, but I think it's awesome. I meet people when I take a walk from where I am here at the moment. I meet very interesting people. And the one guy, Nikki, that I met last week, shame, he's 70 years old, and he's just recovering. He's the one of 3 people that are taking experimental cancer treatment at the moment. And he had just come
Right.
out of hospital and he's walking. It's just, if we take a little bit of notice and start helping ourselves, help others, it's amazing what comes back to you. Thank you for that.
Okay, sure.
Chris.
Thanks a lot.
How's it, Rory, Felipe, Gonzalo,
Chris.
everyone? Keeping well?
All good,
How are
thanks.
you? Are you in a bush? Where are you? In the
No,
mountain?
no. I'm finally at home today, but I'm getting back to the bush tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. So Rory, I just wanted to clarify. You mentioned earlier that I could go ahead and stop my membership and then 2 months start it over again. Just on that, I want to clarify that should you do that, you can obviously join again 2 months later, but you will be in a position where all the points that you have accumulated will have to restart. So you kind of avoid all your points that you've accumulated unless you pay those 2 months the 2 months that you didn't pay for, and you catch up. So you just know that, guys, there are terms and conditions when it comes to these type of things. So it was just a basic explanation that was done there by Rory, if I'm correct there, Rory.
Yeah, so where we moving to, and Gonzalo could maybe get some clarity for us here, is that, let's say I paid up until February, and March and April I didn't pay, then you can reactivate, but you don't get credit for any of those months. What we had is people that were not up to date, and then they want to take, they maybe finished paying on January, and now they want to get money out of the marketplace or order something. You need to be up to date to use the marketplace. So we're trying to make it that it's a little bit more flexible. But you're right, there are terms and conditions, but essentially, if you stop and you start again, you can, but then you pick up from that point onwards to accumulate points effectively. The other thing as well, which we're proposing as well, which I think is very important, is that unless you have a medical reason that you can't, do your steps in that, after 6 months of non-activity, you basically lose all your points and rewards and you start again. So unless you've had a medical injury or something that you can notify head office on that ahead of the time, the idea is that you've now disbanded the group, and all those points that you put there just basically gets donated back to the pool, so that can go back for the coin and help other people get involved in promotions for the team and that. So 6 months of non-activity, you've got to start from ground zero again.
Okay, awesome. Good to hear that.
Yeah.
That's actually very nice news.
Yep, that's what we're proposing over there. Is there any other questions? I see we're on the top of the hour. I'm going to be hosting workshops. I was aiming to have one, where I go through where I can answer as many questions as possible. Can I just get a quick check here? Who would like to have a workshop in 2 hours' time? And what I would do in that workshop is I'll go through the back office in detail, and I'll go through the app in detail, and I can answer a little bit more questions. Can I get can you just comment to see if I don't want to do it if there's only a handful of people? Would you be able to make it? Is there more than 10 yeses? Yes. Fantastic. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm going to put out into the focus groups I couldn't do it yesterday. Stephen, I'll arrange another time. Sorry, 1 a.m. I will do another one probably on Thursday in the morning, and make sure we have a workshop there as well, and I'll communicate that out for everybody. But thank you for your time. Thank you for, you're welcome to share comments. Remember, join the Step Chain group. I want to just put that out there, if I may, into the chat, if I can find the link and share that. Where is the link? I've got too many pages open at the moment.
In the meantime, I saw a question. I don't know who sent this question, but the daily goals, which is the mind game and the 10,000 steps per day, the daily goals are not the 18 days, 23 and 28 are not consecutive. So you can choose to organize your daily goals monthly like you want, as long you have 18 days with both mind games and physical activity, or 23 days or 28. As long the system record the 18, 23, 28, you're good to go. You're good to enjoy the multipliers. I saw a question somewhere. I don't know who sent it, but Rory, back to you.
Yeah, I think that's it. I can't see anybody's hands up for any questions. So top of the hour, we try and keep it. Oh, so Chris has got his hand. Chris, quick one before we go. What is it, mate? Oh, there he is. I can see him now. You were incognito earlier.
Yeah, Chris is what
there, guys. All right, so I saw quite a few new people on this chat today that I haven't personally seen or met before, and which tells me that Rory, obviously you've got quite a few new members on board here. And the only thing I want to mention to everyone here is, look, from the beginning I've said it's awesome that we've got a company where we can get rewards for what we do. And the rewards is great, definitely great. The commissions are great. I myself have redeemed quite a few things. My personal sign-up has got a new iPhone. And I was so happy for him because he really worked hard. And he did his best to go ahead and work towards it. And he got rewarded. But guys, from my personal point of view, I just want to say that I suffered personally with ankle injuries, knee injuries, shoulder injuries that got me from a person who was always around the 80 kgs, 85 kgs, up to 103, 105 on a regular basis. Since I've joined Step Club, just by walking every day, I went down from 103 to 92 kgs in a month and a half. That was last year, August. Guys, you know that if we do a Get Fit competition, a 12-week thing, or 3 months, 12-week, 3 months the same, you lose the weight, you win the competition, 2 months later, you're back to your original weight. I've kept that weight down since August because this app has allowed me to make my lifestyle a way of losing weight and staying to the same weight. Now, guys, not just that, I've started increasing muscle tone. I've done so many things to go ahead and get myself into better physical condition, started eating better. I enjoy the mind games. Every morning when I wake up, first thing I do, I put my light on because it's usually 4:30 in the morning, and I do a game of Sudoku first, and then a game of Tetris. Then I go ahead and have my personal quiet time. Just that, getting my mindset right, has allowed me to get so many things that I was lacking in life on a daily basis of getting done, got me back into doing things, getting my goals achieved, etc. And then every afternoon, I go for a walk, whether it's 2Ks, whether it's 8Ks, it doesn't matter. Before I get back home from dinner, I've done my 10,000 steps. There are days that I don't get it done. Don't get me wrong, guys. But the thing is my health has stayed the same since August last year. That is what, 7 months now. So I can honestly say, if you're looking for something, and if you know people who are looking for something that is going to go ahead and help them to get their mindset right, their health right, and also as an opportunity to make some money on the side and get awesome rewards, this is really a way to go. but you have to commit. I committed from the day that I signed up, and I made sure that I could actually do this. I was not able to do 10Ks or 10,000 steps in the first 2 months. Everyone that has been around since the beginning knows my testimony. The 10,000 steps to one day, then I had to take 3 days to recover from that because my ankle was too swollen. But then as soon as I could, I went and I did 10,000 steps. After the 3rd month, which was August, I was able to do 10,000 steps every day. Guys, it's made a change in my life, not just on my physical fitness, but I'm not on painkillers and anti-inflammatories anymore on a regular basis. I'm off meds. My mindset's so much better, etc., etc. This is the real reward. And the best part is when you get this reward, the other rewards follows. So I just felt I needed to point it out to the new people that there is more to just earning commissions and getting an iPhone. It makes your life better.
Well,
Chris, that's what I wanted to say, guys.
Chris, the reward is health itself. At the end of the day, is how much, if we don't take care of our health now, it's going to cost us much later. You know what I mean? And just what you're saying, less anti-inflammatories, people that are suffering from diabetes, or just unusually unhealthy in the sense that because they don't move, your immune system drops. So you'll end up buying medication for flu seasons and all sorts of things. So it's the overall just to stop and say, hang on, let's just take a little bit of a check here. What did you think, just before you shoot, what did you think of the different approach versus that like MLM box and everything, where we just keep it tight to people and you earn more of the money up front and help people and help more people? What do you think about that new potential structure? Did you pick up on it?
Oh, yes, I know, 100%. Look, first of all, I've been in 1 or 2 multi-level marketing companies, and that 10-level structure has always been the hardest thing to explain. That's where you lose people. And I love the fact that there is a 2-level. And well, I won't say a 2-level. It's literally like if I work in a company as a sales rep and I do very well, and then I become a manager, and then I've got people underneath me that I work with, and that's it. And then who knows what bonuses come through the year, etc. But my point is that it keeps it simple. It's very basic, and at the end of the day, you are then going to be working with people more in a direct, and it also takes away this thing of someone signing up one guy or girl or lady who's an absolute star, and then just making money off someone that doesn't really, or the person that's making the money isn't really making the effort. So it really puts accountability there, and it's much more to a basic or normal business sales structure than anything I've seen in the referral. And this also opens it up for influencers that can literally just share their link and make money. They don't have to worry about all the different complicated explanations of how you can make money. They can just do the basics. So I love it, Rory. It's simple, and quite frankly, it puts enough money in a person's pocket to go ahead and say 100% I'm motivated to do this. And I think for people who don't want to do the business, once they start seeing the money come in, once they've referred a friend or family member, they'll see how easy it is, because like me, it is easy for me to talk about it because my personal testimony does the sell. I don't have to know anything about sales. I just tell people. People ask me, Chris, I see you've lost weight. I haven't seen you since last year. What have you done? I don't know. I use an app. There's an app for everything. That's my sign. And then what app? A Step Club. Remember I spoke to you about it last year? They're like, oh, so it really works. Yes. And that's what I have to do.
That's true. That's true, because it does work, Chris. It does work, because that's going to get you there. You are the results of that. And why I'm so encouraged with this company is that I myself am very motivated to get my health right as well. And I want to live the product and move the product. I'm focusing mainly on walking at the moment. So this will hopefully be the first month that I achieve 10,000 steps every day. And the mind games, I slipped up once or twice where I didn't log it, but I didn't log in every day, because if you are using the app, you've got to log in every day. Even if you do the steps, that's about discipline and focus. And my next step will be, right, now that I've got the steps right, let me focus more on my nutrition. How am I eating? What is my energy? It's not a quick fix, and it's nice
but Rory, You know, sorry to interrupt you there. There's all this, but look, my health and my mindset, everything's better. But from the day one when I joined this company, I looked at the people behind it. Felipe, Matthew, Gonzalo's an absolute rock star, and with Alex and those guys. And it is very refreshing to be with a company where you don't just get told what to do and how it is. I'm so glad that we can actually voice our concerns, our opinions, etc., and get to a point where we could do something like a focus group, and that so that everyone can have an input, and the company is open to hear what does the customer want. And it's very rare that you get that. So I love working with you guys, Felipe, you and your team, and it's amazing because it just puts us all in a position where, you know, with doing what one needs to do to become wealthy, you've got to put the effort in. You've got to take the long yards. You've got to keep working when the money is not necessarily there, etc. And then when everything falls into place, all of it's worth it. So yeah, that's just one more thing that I really love about what we've got here. But definitely, Rory, let's keep it stupid simple. The more stupid, if we can do a presentation in 5 minutes and people say, well, where's the rest of it?
That is it.
That will make it so much better. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, Chris, thank you very much. Yolanda, I'm sorry, please join for the workshop. We try and keep this strictly to 60 minutes because head office has got meetings scheduled one after another. So I appreciate your hand up, but we will have more and more of these. Thank you for your time, everybody. I'll get the recording with the workshop. I'll try and record the workshop and share it as well for those that can, but I really suggest that you join the workshop because that's when you say you're going to watch something and then life gets in the way. So the workshop's there, but I understand it's 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. and some of the others. So I'll certainly record it for those people in Australia, etc. Have a super afternoon, evening, and let's keep stepping. Have a fantastic.
Bye, everybody.
Bye for now.
See you next week.
Cheers, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, buddy.